Hicken tells commanders to get houses in order. Essequibo fisherman falls overboard in Suriname. Guyana abstains from United Nations vote on Russia. And alcoholism, the other deadly pandemic. I am Enrico Bulford, and this is Uncut News. Do you see news happening? Send us a tip on WhatsApp at 592-659-6151. Acting Police Commissioner Clifton Hicken told commanders for all 12 of the police regional divisions to put their houses in order, and they have until Monday to ensure this was done in all the divisions across Guyana. Yesterday, Hicken met with the commanders and told them that he does not want them to micromanage their divisions, but rather they need to have a hands-on and effective approach to management. He also sees the need for a much higher level of cohesion and teamwork in the overall command structure of the force. However, that level of cohesion will only be possible when all commanders serve with a common purpose to serve and protect, an ideal which he hopes to inspire in the men. GCOM has informed the Speaker of the National Assembly that Aubrey Norton and Boulder Lawrence are now back as parliamentarians. They are each expected to be sworn in during the next session on April 13th. Norton is expected to be voted in by his side to become Guyana's next opposition leader. Norton says Lawrence will be responsible for finance in the opposition's shadow cabinet. Both Norton and Lawrence have previously served in the National Assembly, and she has served as chairman of the Public Accounts Committee. According to Minister Ben, the Guyana Fire Service is reporting a 22% decrease in fires within the past year. An announcement he made during a recent officers' conference, when he also announced that plans are now underway to provide each community in Guyana with fire and emergency response services. Minister Ben also called for better cooperation between homeowners, businesses, and the fire service in terms of fire prevention. Already, 151 fire hydrants were serviced and replaced in Georgetown, and 150 are currently being procured and will be distributed in regions 2, 3, 5, 6, and 10. Minister Ben also noted that some 3,000 fire extinguishing balls will be distributed to households and businesses. Head of Kanu, James Singh, is asking for the public's help in their ongoing campaign to fight drugs in school. Singh says the agency has already identified several new drugs that are circulating in various schools and communities around the nation, and they are teaming up with several government ministries, including the Ministry of Education. The program intends to go school to school sensitizing people about drugs and their various effects, in hopes of them not using them. Now it's time to tell you about Best Buy's car of the day. Currently on sale, this is 2014 Audi Q3. It comes with Bluetooth, mug rims, new tires, TV, CD, stereo, fog lamps, electronic parking brake, bar camera, and much, much more. Buy cash for $5.6 million. All paid down as low as $1,120,000 down, with around $108,000 monthly for 5 years, and it's yours. Call or WhatsApp 662-0844 for more info. Or visit the showrooms at Lot 171 Peter Street, Queenstown, or Lot 2 Lamar Street, and tell them the Rico sent you for this sweet, sweet deal. 52-year-old fisherman Terrence Gomes of Essequibo Coast is now missing and is feared dead following a boat collision yesterday in Surinamese waters. Gomes left his home last Saturday to go fishing with a crew of 5 Guyanese. They were expected back home this week. However, the crash occurred, and the crash had reportedly launched the crew out of the vessel. However, the boat that collided with his boat managed to rescue the 5 crewmen. The men reportedly called Gomes' family after the incident to inform them that he was missing. Today, Richard Mohammed was sentenced to prison for the brutal cutlass chopping of a 23-year-old pregnant woman in March of last year. Last month, Mohammed was scheduled to face trial for attempted murder. However, he opted to plead guilty to the lesser count of felonious wounding. The court heard how the attackers left the victim physically scarred, partially blind, and disabled, along with no stable home, as Mohammed had also burned down her home in the process. She is also unable to work and is being financially assisted by her family. Mohammed will be spending the next 14 years in prison, where he deserves to be. The Guyana Police Force has sought the DPP's advice regarding Attorney Navon Singh's alleged racist tirade on a female officer tasked with guarding his house. Commissioner Hicken said an investigation was done, and according to him, the constable was, quote, not at that location, end quote, on Cummings and Middle Streets in Georgetown, where the fracas allegedly occurred, but she was on duty elsewhere. Which honestly sounds like he's insinuating that she made the whole story up. Anyway, the policewoman has since filed a private defamation lawsuit against Singh in which she outlines her account of the events. She is seeking over $150 million in compensation. Who said luxury can't be affordable? move into your own home in 2022. Lenore Estates West Coast Samurai properties are within your reach. Move out of the landlord's place and put that rent money towards your own 5,000 square foot property. Call or WhatsApp 592-618-5702 for more info. The United Nations voted today to suspend Russia from the UN Human Rights Council. However, Guyana and 6 other CARICOM nations chose to abstain from the vote. The resolution was brought to the UN General Assembly after reports and evidence of mass killings of Ukrainian civilians in the town of Bucha began to surface over the weekend. While independent fact-checkers are still checking the veracity of the allegations, Ukraine and much of the West blame Russian soldiers solely for the bloodshed. In total, there were 93 votes cast in favor of the resolution and 24 against. 58 countries abstained, but their votes were not included in the final tally. Minister of Foreign Affairs Hugh Todd said, quote, "The abstention is based on consultations with other CARICOM states," adding that, quote, "It's us following the event, and the main thing is we, as CARICOM foreign ministers, are focused on preserving the institution of the United Nations," end quote. Now for today's oil update. Yellowtail is Exxon's largest project to date in Guyana, and apparently one of its cheapest. The break-even for the 250,000 barrels per day Yellowtail development is pegged at $29 per barrel Brent. In comparison, Liza 1 is $35, Liza 2 is $25, and Payara is $32. Low break-even prices have made the Guyana Basin one of the most competitive for exploration and production, even in the height of the pandemic. An analysis completed by RS Energy of the 50 top global development projects and major shale plays shows that the starboard projects are expected to generate some of the lowest break-even oil prices for the top offshore development and shale plays in the world. So not only does Guyana have some of the best oil in the world, but our oil is apparently among the world's cheapest. Nice. You can multiply your cash by selling digital top-up. This is a legit way to make money at your business or to supplement your current hustle. Become a top-up vendor quick and easy by linking with Cellular Plus. Call them on telephone number 685-3109 for more info. Now for our stupid news of the day. You know what I think is stupid? Our nation's addiction to rum. We, or more specifically, we men in Guyana, need to re-examine our relationship with liquor because it is slowly killing us all. Now, I don't want to sound alarmist, but it is my opinion that alcohol has destroyed more Guyanese families than racism, politics, crime, and AIDS combined. Widespread alcohol abuse, reckless sexual behavior, domestic violence, and suicide are all connected, as they are all symptoms of an unresolved national trauma held by a large group of people. But if you're an observant person, I'm sure this isn't even news to you. We are all aware that it's a problem in Guyana, as many men aren't even drinking for pleasure anymore. They're either drinking due to social pressure from their male friends, or just to mask their pain, whether it's emotional or physical. Worse yet, it all starts from young. As boys, most males are never taught how to deal with our issues properly, especially when it comes to our emotions. The popular culture tells young men that the answers to all your problems lies at the bottom of a rum bottle or in between a woman's legs. Anything else is just weak and unmanly. These damaged boys grow up to become broken men who often end up the perpetrator or victims of alcohol-induced violence. They then meet a woman, have children, leave broken homes, children grow up in violence, the cycle continues. To be honest, I have no good solution for this, but I do know there are experts out there who do have new and innovative ways to approach the issue, and it's in everyone, I mean everyone's best interest that we see what ideas they have. Because if you ask me, allowing alcohol to slowly kill our nation is pretty stupid. Now for our Uncut News, views poll question of the day. Every day we pose the question about current events in Ghana, the region, the diaspora, and how you feel it relates to us. Yesterday's question was, are you seeing a reduction on produce prices in the market, or are they the same where you live? RC View Farm says the minister is apparently shopping at the agriculture farmers markets. I need to try that out, they probably have great prices there. Jane Charles says, I'm living in Diamond on the East Bank, and nothing has changed. Same for me. So before we get to tonight's question, do you own a truck? No, not the disease, I mean a real truck. Like DAF, International, Freightliner, Bedford TM, or Scammell. Then come, get high-quality truck parts at the lowest prices at Powered Automotive. Visit them at Lot 1161 EE Eccles, or call them on telephone number 697-0171. Save big on truck parts at Powered Automotive, the #1 heavy-duty truck parts store in Guyana. Now for tonight's question. I want to know, Do you think it was a good idea for Guyana to abstain from voting on this most recent UN resolution against Russia, or should we have picked a side? Why or why not? I want you to think about that question. Tell us in the comments below. If your response is good enough, we just might feature it in our next episode. Anyway, that's all the time we have for tonight, and check us out tomorrow for another. Until then, I'm Rico Bulford saying good night, folks.